Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Y'all know who it is, Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist. And what that means is not an activist that's dark-skinned. What dark-skinned activist means is I'm the first activist in history to fight, to create a movement to fight to end colorism and darkism. And the movement is called dark skin activism. And I call myself the dark skin activist. Dark skin activism and dark skin activist, that's my trademark name. It's my intellectual property. So respect that. Dark skin activism, I started it in 1998 before social media even existed, before the documentary Dark Girls, before YouTube existed. I've been a dark skin activist. And the reason I started dark skin activism is because I was trying to understand why I was being treated differently for having dark skin. That was the burning question. And I started out in my family. That's where I went to first. And basically, they didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to, accept the fact that number one, you have to accept that I had been treated differently in a harsh way for not having light skin and so called good hair. So, what I decided to do is I branched out and I gave birth to dark skin activism while an undergraduate student in 98 at St. Petersburg College. Gave a speech there, and my son, shout out to Raheem, he was there. He was a little baby. And Lauren, she wasn't even born. She wasn't even thought of. She wasn't. And end up writing books about only dark skin, theatrical plays about only dark skin. And I created what I call the Dark Skin Activist Tour, where I go around the country doing darkism talks. I'm the goat of this. I created this lane. And now everybody is copying me. They don't give acknowledgement. They just come online and see what I've done, or they'll see what somebody else has done based on my work, and they'll copy. So my books include, I've written more books than anybody in the world on dark skin. Those books include How to Be the Hottest Dark Skinned Chick on the Planet, which is the first motivational book for dark skinned females. My other books are Darkism, 25 Ways Dark Skinned People Are Discriminated Against. A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. I wrote the book version of A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, and I also wrote the one woman play version of A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, where I play multiple dark skinned characters espousing their experiences being dark skinned. Wrote this play way back in 2006. I've been doing this before anybody else. Everybody else copied off of me. My other books include Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. Also, a Dark Skinned Girl's Triumph, the Rashida Strober story, which that book is an audio book that you can find right here on YouTube that I've given away for free. What else? I'm working on a book entitled Inventing Dark Skin Activism, the Rashida Strober story. So that's going to come out soon. And I got some other stuff in the works. Y'all know that follow me. Y'all know I produced my show on the Dark Skin Activist Tour called The Dark Skin Woman's Revenge. And I do it pay-per-view live stream. So that means, if you're not in the city where I'm performing, you can watch it from the comfort of your home anywhere in the world, because I do all my shows now pay-per-view live stream as well. So as soon as I get that stuff put together, I'll be coming on my social media platforms, letting you guys know when I'm going to do another performance. And I wrote a new show called Burnt Black Crispy Biscuit. That is my new show. That I actually wrote the show a long time ago. I just haven't premiered it yet, but I got plans to premiere Burnt Black Crispy Biscuit. Don't be out here motherfuckers stealing my shit. That's the name of my show. Okay. Brought the first colorism channel to YouTube, took everything I was doing on the grassroots level and brought it to social media, creating the first colorism dark skin channel on YouTube before anybody else in 2010. By 2014, Tommy Sotomayor had asked me, somebody sent him my information. He asked me to come on his platform and discuss my dark girl agenda. I did, and I started to get, more popping. But I really went viral in 2015 when I called out Kendrick Lamar's mate selection of choosing a non-dark skinned woman. That went viral all over the world to millions, especially online. And that's when black women, black men started stealing from me. Nobody was talking about colorism before that. They didn't give a fuck about it. They seen me go viral. They mocked the hell out of me, sent me death threats, all kinds of fucked up shit I went through back in 2015. Charlemagne in the Breakfast Club even made me donkey of the day. Angela Yee talking her little shit, whatever. You I always gotta say, you should not be in that spot. That should be a dark-skinned woman in that spot. You're not black, so you have no room to talk shit about me. But anyway, they made me donkey today. But in the aftermath of all that, I have this one faceless bitch online that have been stealing from me for years. The bitch created a YouTube channel in 2013, but when I got popping and known as the dark-skinned activist, she went and studied me. She was stealing from, tried to steal from my name brand, dark-skinned activist, calling herself the colorism activist. My GoFundMe, the verbiage she stole from there, images from my play, similar images, so many things. This one, even my videos. She was literally that's like some stalker shit. But she stole. She when she first was on YouTube, she branded herself as just a marketer of black female products. But when she started stealing from me, then she started trying to market herself as a colorism person. So this bitch has been stealing from me since 2015. She's not the only one. Any black chick you see on YouTube talking about colorism, any of them, I don't give a fuck who they are, even the celebrities, all that shit came from Rashida Strober. I was doing this way before them, and instead of them acknowledging the fact that they got it from me, they all try to hide it. They don't want people to know. They want people to think that it came from them. And recently I talked about a oink oink bitch that is a swirler that tried to give this bitch credit where she did not deserve it. And by the way, I want to just say real quick, fuck you to any black woman on YouTube. I don't give a fuck who you are that's giving any bitch credit for bringing colorism online. If you're not fucking saying Rashida Strober, fuck you. Double, triple fuck you. I have no respect for you. I don't like you. And believe me, I will tell you this shit to your face. This is not for YouTube. Bitch, this is my legacy. Now one of you bitches, even the celebrities, don't come telling me about no motherfucking Lupita Nyong'o. That bitch, you just writing a book about dark skin in 2020? People done come talk telling me about her book. I don't give a fuck about her book. All these bitches is nothing but bandwagon jumpers. And it pisses me the fuck off. Yes, it does. I get real emotional. And every time I come on here and I do my live, I have to give my story. I have to tell the truth about how this shit really went down. And in my book that I'm writing, Inventing Dark Skin Activism, the Rashida Strober story, I'm definitely detailing how these bitches online have stolen from me. Okay? What's up, Jacksonville? Anyway, so that's a brief history right there. To my supporters, make sure y'all go and support me financially. How can you do that? Because I've been putting in this work, the real work people have been taking and stealing from me. You know, it's been fucking with my finances and stuff like that. So where can you donate? I got 3 different platforms. First of all, you can go to my GoFundMe. I have a new short-term goal of I want to raise $12,000. That's my short-term goal. My long-term goal of the GoFundMe is to raise $1 million. Now, you can just Google Rashida Strober GoFundMe. I'm going to be dropping the link in the chat throughout this live. But you can easily Google Rashida Strober GoFundMe, and it's going to pop right up. You can also go to my Cash App. My Cash App is $Rashidalala. Once again, $Rashidalala. Once again, that Cash App is $Rashidalala. And I'm going to put it on the screen right there. Boom. So you can see it. The other financial platform where you can donate to is my PayPal. And that's icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Once again, icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. And I repeat it, several times just to make sure people hear me. Support me financially, y'all. Y'all know I've been putting in this work, and I just need more, support. So that's the background that I like to give before I even get going. Yes, I saw a super duper black, dark skinned person the other day. And let me tell y'all something. I've been the motherfucking dark skinned activist. This ain't fucking nothing new. I've been this way before there was social media. This ain't no act for social media. This is what I've been doing. This is my beliefs. This is how I feel. And this is why I'm so happy. It makes my heart sing, even if I'm upset. I'm happy to always come on here and talk about the dark skin that I love. And y'all, I remember way back, and this ain't no shade, this ain't no offense. I'll just be telling my story. I be giving y'all my fucking heart. I remember when I was 19 years old, and I told my baby dad at the time, I used to tell him I want a dark skinned baby. I used to tell him that all the time, and he was like brown skin, like, and then if he was from DC, so and he go to DC, he'll get like lighter, but came down to Florida, get darker, and he liked dark skinned females and stuff like that. And my son's father, shout out to Raheem, and I always used to say, I want to die. I was like 19. This is where my level of consciousness was at. I always see when I was talked about and buked and scum and treated differently for having dark skin and nappy hair, I went the opposite way. I ain't say, "Ooh, I hate myself. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to be dark skinned." I went the opposite way. In my goal, in my head, in my mind, in my heart, and so I wanted a dark skinned child, and I made this known. Like, and the reason why is because, to me, this is always how I felt. This ain't for, I ain't have to listen to these bitches love to copy and steal ideas and try to be another person. Bitch, you not the dark skinned activist. Deep down in my heart and in my soul, y'all. In my heart and in my soul. Understand me. I've always respected the super dark skin in the Black community in terms of holding them in reverence. And I think that we don't do that enough in the Black community. We just don't do it enough. And the reason why I held the dark skin, I'm talking about the super Black. Whenever I see a super dark skinned person, man, it just makes my heart sing. And I know that I'm looking at the real Black. I know that I'm looking at the real, true, honest representation of Africa, of African beauty. It is dark skin. It is dark skin with nappy hair. And in America, I am dark skinned, but I'm not like that blue Black, that beautiful pitch purple Black, which I would absolutely love to be, even with all the darkism, some would call it colorism, all that, you know what I'm saying? Even with all that, let me tell you, I wish that I was actually darker, because again, I've always held dark skinned, super dark skinned people with just the highest regard in terms of, I see them and I'm like, damn, that's real true Blackness. That's like the epitome of Africanness. It don't get no better than that. That's like the real pro-Black. You understand what I'm saying? And it is not to say that other shades of Black are not important, are not relevant, are not in existence. That's not what I'm saying. It's what we got to do as Black people is understand that dark skin and nappy hair is the root. It literally epitomizes where we come from, who we are. Okay, it is our roots. And see, the problem over here in America, and it's all due to, somebody said that I don't call out racism and white supremacy. You're lying. I say over and over and over and over again that all of this started due to racism and white supremacy, imperialism, colonialism. You understand? Manifest destiny. And as a result, we had slavery, Africans enslaved, and then we come over here to the Americas, dark-skinned Black women be getting raped, and as a result, mulatto offspring, mulatto children come about. Make no mistake, because people will come on here and fucking lie. So let me just be clear: I'm not blaming mulatto offspring for being the product of that. It's not their fault. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm doing is just simply laying out how we got to this point where we disparage and despise dark skin as opposed to loving dark skin. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not about blaming a light skin or a biracial or a mulatto person for being light skin or biracial or mulatto. So don't come on here with the lies. I hate it when people bring their ass up on here, lying and making up shit and saying that I said stuff that I didn't. Don't do that. See, that's what people do when they can't win the argument. they resort to manipulative behavior like lying on you. You understand? They lie on you and say that you said things that you didn't say, or they may attempt to take what you said out of context. But that's only because you're weak and you can't win the argument. So that's why I'm being clear and stating clearly that it's not a mulatto or a mixed person or a biracial person's fault that that's what God made them to be. Again, I'm just explaining to you how we got to this point where we denigrate dark skin while upholding non-dark skin. So, out of slavery and oppression, well, you see the dark skinned people doing the hardest work and suffering the most versus the non-dark skinned slaves in the house, for example, house slaves, for example, or getting manumission faster than darker skinned slaves because their father is white. So this created these things and others, of course, I'm just scratching the surface, so I ain't gonna be on here that long, created the conditions for dark skin being removed from its rightful righteous place. You see, dark skin is the representation of Africa. That's just what it is. Now, y'all know I've been screaming this for years, and it ain't gonna change. If you even look at the numbers, folks, if you look at the numbers, there's over a billion plus human beings in Africa. The majority of them are not light skinned. The majority of them are not biracial. The majority of them are not brown skinned. The majority of them are dark skinned. Prove me wrong. Whoever come on here and they mad, they're angry, they don't like what I gotta say, which I don't give a fuck. Y'all know I don't give a fuck. Y'all know I don't give a fuck. Prove me wrong. Prove to me that the majority are not dark skinned with nappy hair. You're not going to be able to prove. And here's the thing: the dark skin that's the original. My father, shout out to my father in Nation Islam for 30 plus years, super dark skinned, handsome man, the real black. He used to tell me that I was the original black. I was the original African. He said, "You the original one." My daddy used to tell me that, and he was right. May he rest in peace. And so what we have got to do, and that's why I'm so much in awe when I see a super dark skinned person. I just stop and I'm paying my respect to them. Sometimes I might walk up to them and I might say something complimentary, or I might just stand from afar and admire, because they are what epitomizes real, true blackness, real, true Africanness. They are the essence. They are the roots. And I absolutely am in awe, especially in this society where they're trying to get rid of dark-skinned people with nappy hair, the real black. They're trying to get that. They're trying to, it's genocide. So when I see a super dark-skinned person walking around in these Americas, I just have to stop and pay my respect. I have to stop and pay homage. And then I'd be like thinking to myself at the same time, damn, I'm not dark enough. Because I truly wish to be darker. Let me tell y'all something. My favorite time of year is when the summertime. I don't like cold weather. One of the reasons why my favorite time of year is the summertime is because I get darker. I can go out there in the sun, the Florida sun, go out there, go to the beach or whatever, which I go to the beach a lot during it because, of course, obviously I'm down in Florida. I'm a beach girl, born and raised around the water. I love the beach. Y'all, I go out there because I'm trying to get darker, and every time it works. Okay, I don't use sunscreen. Maybe I should. They say dark skinned people can. I'm a coconut oil person, so I put on me some coconut oil, take my black behind out there, looking black, the real black, and I get darker, and I love it. I love it. I'm like the opposite. I do the opposite of what society say we should do. You got black folks around here telling each other not to go out in the sun and get darker, when actually that's what your ass should be doing, in my humble opinion. You know, and like I said the other day, I saw this super dark skinned person, and I want to say shout out to that person. I don't know the person from Adam, but it kind of just caught me off guard because I was, you're not used to seeing a person in America like that's just so dark skinned, right? And I didn't say anything. I just quietly just stared and paid my homage and gave my respect. And I didn't stare too much to where the person would like notice and be like, what are you looking at? You know, but it was like I saw the person and I was just so happy because again, it's hard to see somebody that's like really dark in America now. And when you see that person, when you see a person like that, it's like a shout out to Non Swirl Zone. I see you in the chat. Shout out to DT Black. Thank you. I appreciate that. Daryl Phil, I feel, and to also to those that are in the chat that are not saying anything. Shout out to y'all. Now make sure y'all do me a favor and like this video and share this video because sometimes YouTube be messing with my views and stuff. Sometimes they will do the right thing and make the views the way they're supposed to be, and then sometimes they'll hold back. And I noticed that they do that with people. They don't send out people notifications, all kind of old crazy stuff. So that's why make sure y'all share the video and make sure you guys like the video, okay? But yeah, that's what inspired this. I just wanted to come on here and talk about it. And you know, it's like growing up. I remember when kids can be so cruel, and if the parents don't correct them, if they co-sign the behavior, that's another one of the ways that darkism and colorism is infiltrated in our society, because you got parents out there that's hearing their kids saying certain things, or the parents is saying certain things like your black ass, and saying it in a derogatory way to where we internalize it and we don't think that there's value in it. And I remember growing up, I would see kids when they see a dark-skinned person, they didn't do what I do and reverence them. They would pick at them. That person would become the butt of jokes, and they would go on and on and on and on about how black and ugly the person is. Just because, not because the person is actually ugly, it's because the person is dark skinned. Every black person that's listening to this, you know that I'm telling the truth. Okay, they dark skin is equated to being black and ugly, and that's what these kids would do. Just you get around a bunch of black kids and you real dark, especially, I think it's still going on today. But when I was growing up, you get around a bunch of dark skinned kids and or black kids, and they see somebody that's real dark, like it happened to a friend of mine who's now a prestigious professor at a university in in New York somewhere. And they used to pick at him. He was coming into I believe it was the juvenile detention center, trying to help these black students to become better and to mentor them, and gave his all. And guess what they was doing? Guess what they was doing? They was picking at him. They picked at, his name is Dr. Kumi. They picked at him because he was dark skinned. Cruel. And it's fucked up because this man, thank you, Ray. I appreciate you. Okay. Let me see something. If I could pull up a bit. They picked at him, and he was from Ghana. Okay. And they would just pick at him, calling him all kinds of names, monkey, and all kinds of foolishness. And this man was like so pro-black. He loved black people. He loved black people. And he and I, Dr. Kumi, he and I, we actually did date while we were undergraduate students. And I thought, not undergraduate students, I'm sorry, while we were graduate students. Give me a second, y'all. I'm trying to share my screen while I'm working on that. Make sure y'all go to my Cash App, please, and make a donation. Support me financially. I need more financial support. What is the Cash App? The Cash App is $Rashida Lala. Once again, $Rashida Lala. Make sure you guys donate. My PayPal is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Once again, icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. My GoFundMe, you can easily get to my GoFundMe by simply Googling Rashida Strober GoFundMe. But I will tell y'all, I do prefer the Cash App. The only reason why I prefer the Cash App is because it's just easier. But I can't tell y'all how to donate. So please make sure y'all donate. Support me. Support. I really appreciate all the people that have shown love to me. I'm very, very appreciative of y'all. Make sure you like the video and make sure you share the video. And I'm about to share my screen. But yeah, and this is something that happened to me too with kids. They just I just don't know what it is with our black. It's like at an early age, we are taught to hate and despise darkness. And even if the dark skinned person is helpful towards you, trying to help you, you still don't like the person. This is Dr. Kumi. As you can see, he's very dark skinned from Ghana. We were graduate students at the University of South Florida, and he was working on his PhD at the time, and I was working on my master's degree. And he and what struck me about him is when I saw him, I told y'all, I've always had this reverence for dark-skinned people. I'd be like, damn, this person is so dark and wonderful. And he was dark with white teeth. And we was in I forgot what class it was. It was something, I think it was Major Black Thinkers, taught by this amazing Black woman, PhD. I can't remember her name, but she was phenomenal. And that's when I first laid eyes on Mr. Kumi. He laid eyes on me. And we just liked each other. And we dated during graduate school. And he used to cook that delicious African food. And at the time he was roommates with his another person that was getting his PhD in mathematics. And we just had a phenomenal, Dr. Kumi he was one of the people that made my graduate years when I was earning my master's degree at University of South Florida, made it better because there was so much racism going on there. And I remember we would get together after class and we would talk and study together and eat. And he was just such a classy Black dark man. Like this man, it was just like the epitome of class. From the way he dressed to the way he interacted to the way he talked to me, it was just, a beautiful experience. You understand? And the way to know where his heart was in terms of being pro-Black in a way that some of these he used to go to the juvenile detention center and teach and volunteer for free and do all kinds of great things in the Black community because that's where his heart was at. And just to see, he would tell me about how they would call him all kinds of names and all kinds of foolishness, you know what I'm saying, based on his skin tone. And it really hurted my heart because I knew that his heart was in the right place. But I just was always, let me tell you something, I just was always in awe of Dr. Kumi before he became the PhD. You understand? I was always just in awe of him. I was just in awe. But let me tell y'all something. And we dated, and he became this wonderful professor, this wonderful human being, humanitarian, and taught me so much about Africa. And that's why y'all have no idea. This with me, that's why I say I don't like people copying me, because I know I fucking love dark skinned people. I revere dark skinned people because I know they're the essence. I've been doing this shit before there was YouTube. I'm gonna do this to the day I die. Y'all got to understand. Like I don't fucking play. I love all Black people. I love all humans, but it's something about just the darkness. It's just and my father was dark. My father was pitch black dark. And my father was like, I'm finna take Dr. Kumi off the screen. Give me a second, y'all. Take him off the screen. Let me stop. It's just something about just the authenticity of the darkness is what I just like gravitated towards too. I just always gravitated towards it. And my dad probably got a lot to do with it because my dad, super dark skinned, and he was one of the most happy, charismatic. Everybody loved my dad. My dad was in the Nation of Islam for 30 plus years. In fact, he was responsible for opening up a lot of the mosques in St. Petersburg, the first mosque here. And so many people respected him from all over the nation, all over the United States. That was the Nation of Islam. I remember we had his funeral. It was like overflowing. My dad was like my dad, man, he was like just this wonderful, genuine, caring, kind, charismatic, beautiful human being. I mean, he the reason why I love black men. He the reason why I'm always fighting for black love. He the reason why in fact, he's at the root of why I started dark skin activism. He's at the root of it. My dad and I would come over to his house, and he had got married to someone else at the time. And my dad was 53 and my mom was 23 when I was conceived. So that's another reason why I like older men, y'all, as well. That's probably why I do not date nobody my age or younger. I like older men. But anyway, my dad, I would come over there and I would sit down. We wouldn't watch TV. He would have me listening to the Nation of Islam tapes. And his house was so peaceful. Like my mama house, chaotic as hell. It wasn't like clean. My mom was I'm not trying to throw it under, but I'm just giving y'all my experience. But when I would go to my dad's house, his wife, she would be in there cooking. In fact, she's taught me how to be a domestic. I watched how she took care of my dad. I watched they were like, and it was beautiful. You came in the house, you had to take your shoes off. It always smelled like, y'all, you ever walk in a house that just smelled fresh and clean, but it smelled like food at the same time? She always had the food prepared. Everything was always neat. The bathroom was clean. Like my dad set the tone and the stage for how I am in my own life. Like even to this day, like you can't walk into my humble abode without, you got to take your shoes off. I don't play that. Okay. I am not to toot my own horn. I'm just telling y'all about what this dark skinned person, his impact on me. I am a very clean person. Like I strive, like cleanliness. Like that's something that y'all might not know about me, but I'm like this fucking super germphobe. Like it's crazy. Like even before the pandemic came out, I have had bottles and bottles and bottles of antibacterial spray and bleach and all this kind of stuff because I like to disinfect and be clean. And I got that from my dad. It was like such a difference from my mama house where we was living to my dad's. Everything was always meticulously laid out and neat and in order. My dad was like the most, I mean, his clothes was always pressed. You take him to the cleaners. He always smelled good. He had beautiful white teeth, even in his old age, beautiful white teeth, a beautiful bone structure, this beautiful dark skin man. And it's just everything. And I just was like, wow, this is how I want to be. With the way that he and his wife were, that's what I aspired to be, because it was simplistic, yet it was clean and it was beautiful. And my dark skin, my super dark skin, pitch black dad and his wife, who was also dark skinned, set the tone for that. And I will always love my dad for that. And he is the reason why I will never become a divester. I will never become a swirler, because my dad is the standard. He set the standard of black male excellence. And let me tell you something. Y'all, I just love my dad. Yes. So I know I went off on a tangent there, but I just listen. I just had to tell y'all about my dad. Okay. I just had to tell y'all about my dad. And my dark skinned daddy. And I'm like, damn, I'm just, I feel like I'm not. I just wish I was darker. I do. I wish I was darker. Dark skinned people like just have like this, especially if they take care of their skin. Even the ones, y'all, let me tell y'all something. I've seen dark skinned people on drugs, which makes me very sad. Strung out on drugs, doing all kind of bad. Even those dark skinned people be having beautiful skin. God done blessed us so much with this melanin. Even the ones that are like down, they be having beautiful. Even some of these dark skinned dudes, they be out there on drugs. They be all muscular and cut and built. I'm like, damn. Imagine how they would be if they took care of themselves. Like that melanin, that pitch black. You ain't nobody fucking with that dark skin melanin. Nobody fucks with the dark skin melanin. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't give a fuck about who denigrates dark skin. I don't care. Nobody's fucking with the melanin, people. Nobody's fucking with the melanin. You understand me? Nobody's fucking with the melanin. Thank you, Daryl Phil. I appreciate that. Yes. So, y'all, that's why to this day, if I see a dark-skinned person, I'm talking about a pitch black one, not a one like me. I'm talking about like a super dark-skinned person. I am literally in awe of that person. They are like the God and the goddess to me. That's God manifest. That is God manifesting himself on earth through this beautiful being that he created. And people try to downgrade us. They try to denigrate us. They try to make us feel bad. They try to deny us economic opportunity, educational opportunity. But you can't stop the pitch black melanin. You'll never be able to stop that. And I'm just in awe of it. I got a couple of haters on here, but I ain't worried about y'all haters. Y'all fans in disguise. Y'all are fans in disguise. Yes. You know, I got people on here. Thank you, Fred Stanley. You said the shitty Greg is back, sis, with his threats. I had to read your super chat. Thank you. I see it, but I'm not worried about it because all this stuff is being recorded by YouTube. These people are not going to stop me from speaking my piece and speaking highly of dark skin. No one's going to stop me from doing that. And they in here stalking me. This is all these stalkers came from Tommy Sotomayor. When he gave out my address in 2020, he threatened to kill me, and he told other people to threaten to kill me. So they're still here stalking me. This is a result of the gang stalking initiated by Tommy Sotomayor. But I'm not going to let that stop me. Y'all see I'm still here. Y'all see I'm still here. And by the way, for the record, and y'all could go, it's public record because I don't fucking lie. One thing about me, I don't lie. I beat my federal case against him. I sure did. As well as my appellate case in the Second District Court of Appeals. Y'all on the internet, you know how to go and do the research. Okay. I fought back. I fought the good fight. And I won. Okay. That's one thing about me. I never give up. If I know I'm on the side of right, I'm gonna fight. 2 years, and I'm still here. Never giving up. And that's another thing my pitch black dark skinned daddy taught me. You never, ever give up. You keep, as long as you wake up and you breathing on this earth, you get your ass up, you dust yourself out, and you keep on motherfucking going. And that's what I know how to do best. In the face of people telling me, oh, you're not going to do this, in the face of not having enough money, in the face of not having enough support, in the face of death threats, I kept going. And that's one thing y'all could learn. The smart ones can actually learn that from me. But yeah. Okay. I want to just say, y'all, I am just like in awe of dark-skinned people. I think the dark-skinned people are truly amazing, the skin tone. And I just can't, I can't express enough my gratitude and the feeling that I get when I see them. Because like I said, I even met one of the Sudanese Lost Boys. I never forget. Shout out to my brother Kanoum. Me and Kanoum, he know I'm the original dark skin activist. Before there was YouTube, before there was any of this, me and Kanoum used to come to my house, and I'm gonna get him on here. I'm gonna get Kanoum on here, and we would go back and forth talk about nothing but dark skin. This was way back in like '98, before anybody started talking about dark skin. In fact, Kanoum, I would have to anoint him the male dark skin activist, the original. We was doing this before there was YouTube. I'm gonna get Kanoum up on here. I'm gonna get Kanoum up. Let me see if I can find Kanoum. Hold on. Let me see if I can find Kanoum picture on here. So y'all, because I gotta pay homage to him. And I'm sure if I beg him, because he don't really like coming out on social media, I'll be like, Kanoum, please come on. All you doing is taking what we talked about, the lectures and the sit downs that we used to have at my house, the debates, bringing it onto the channel now. That's all we doing. But he is a part of being one of the originators of dark skin activism, because that's all me and him used to do. This was before there was social media. All facts. I got to get Kanoom on here. I'm trying to find him on my social media right now. He's on my friend list. Y'all need to go friend request him. But he got his name in Egyptian. Okay. Shout out to Kanoom, man. I got so much love for Kanoom because he's a part of the development of dark skin activism. I'm telling y'all, we used to spend hours in my house because we went to St. P College together. And Kanoom, real dark skin. Kanoom got a dark skin wife, natural hair, dark skin wife. He the real deal. And we would just sit and just talk for hours, y'all. Hours on end talking about dark skin, dark skin, dark skin, dark skin, dark skin, dark skin, dark skin. I told y'all, I've been doing this way before there was social media. I didn't have to watch or steal from somebody on YouTube. I created the brand. I am the brand. Kanoom. This is Kanoom right here, y'all. I gotta send a special shout out to Kanoom. If you know how to read, I guess, the Egyptian or whatever, you can friend request him. But honestly, he's like a part of the origination of dark skin activism. This is my brother Kanoom right here, and he's also an artist. And he made me a shirt with the Sudanese model Alec Weck on it. Okay, this is my brother Kanoom right here. That's Kanoom. Shout out to Kanoom, man. I got so much respect for my brother Kanoom. Y'all have no idea, man. I'm trying to see if I could pull up some pictures of him on his Facebook. And y'all see his Egyptian name right there. I don't know how to pronounce that. Like, he can read Egyptian. These are some of his paintings, I believe, right here. Kanoom is a very talented artist and a very talented Egyptian historian, and he's one of the originators. We got all these people on YouTube now talking that shit. But one thing I can say about Kanoom was doing this before there was YouTube. He was doing debates and all that before there was YouTube. Like, he's one of the originators. I wish I could find another one of his pictures on here. But Kanoom been promoting dark skin and blackness well before there was YouTube, well before there was social media, and he is a part of the origination of dark skin activism. I have got to give him credit because, like I said, me and him, when I found him, we would literally talk for hours about nothing but dark skin. Sometimes we would disagree. Sometimes we would debate. This was light years. There go my brother right there. This was light years before people on social media even uttered anything about dark skin or colorism. Y'all late. Me and this brother, we was doing this before all you motherfuckers. Straight up. That's a fact. I'm gonna get brother Kanoom on here. And he real. Brother Kanoom has a dark skinned wife, and he's had a dark skinned wife for years. Okay, he's the real deal, not that fake shit, that fake pro black that be bringing their motherfucking ass up on here hollering that pro black, but when you turn around, they don't got no dark skinned wife. They don't have a dark skinned wife. Kanoom is the real deal. All facts. RZA, Uncle Suge did not say that. You're lying. Uncle Suge didn't say that. I'm not about to argue with you about that. I'm gonna keep my GoFundMe up. Uncle Suge did come to my play. You talking about something? I'm finna read what you said. RZA is not my baby daddy. You talking about Uncle Suge said he smashed Raw backstage at your play? No, that did not happen. Uncle Suge came out to my play in Atlanta, and he was very respectful. Okay, and I was very happy to meet him. He was very supportive, and I don't know where you're getting all of this from, but it's a lie. It's not true. That's defamation because you're not being honest right now. I have a lot of respect for Uncle Suge. I like Uncle Suge. I got no problem with Uncle Suge, and that's why I'm not gonna sit up here and allow you to sit there and lie and make up shit on him and on me when none of that happened. That man showed me the utmost respect. Okay, he showed me the utmost respect when he came out and supported my play. That's why, in fact, I want to say I thank you to every single person that have supported me. I want to say, I don't know if you want me to say your name, but I'm just gonna say Miss G, because I like to have people permission. Some people like to remain anonymous. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for your donation. Miss G, you know who you are. Thank you. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. You have been very supportive of me. In fact, it was because of you. A lot of times I was able to get the little things through the courts when I was, fighting my litigation. It's because of you I was able to get stuff like pay the filing fees, or make copies, or help to pay my attorney fees. It was largely because of you, Miss G. And I want you to know, because I know you listening to this, and I pray to God you still listening. I want you to know that I won my federal case. And I don't lie. You can research anything on me and you're going to find out the dark-skinned activists tell the truth. Because at the end of the day, all we got is our integrity. I'm talking to my financial supporters right now that helped me, that believed in me, that know that I was wrong. They know I was done wrong. They know that I was threatened with death. They know that I was doxxed. They know that I was cyberstalked. They know that I was harassed. And they stood behind me and put some money behind me financially. I want you to know that I did win my federal case and my second district court of appeals case. I want you to know I kept the good fight. I kept fighting. I never stopped. I never stopped. Because that's one thing about me. I don't come up on social media lying. A lot of people come up on here with GoFundMe's, come out, oh, I'm doing a documentary, I'm suing somebody. No, bitch, I really did it. It's in the public record. I really did. That's why I feel like I should get more financial support, because I really do it. I don't lie to people. But y'all love to support these liars. They come on here lying and making shit up. I don't have time to do that. When I know that I've been done wrong and my rights have been violated, and I know I'm a victim of racism and darkism, I'm going to fight legally. And that's exactly what I did. That is exactly what I did. And I want to say thank you, Miss G. I want to say thank you to each and every last financial supporter that believed in me, because the win was for y'all. It was also for y'all that backed me up. And even the people that couldn't donate, the people that shared the video, the people that sent me encouraging messages. I got so much love for y'all. If y'all could look inside my heart, in my mind, but mainly in my heart, you would see the love. See, people love to people love to denigrate dark-skinned women, because if you talk like how I'm talking, I can't help my voice. If I was a deep voice, light-skinned woman, or I had the same voice as, like, y'all wouldn't do that. But because I speak a certain way, I get deemed angry, I get deemed ugly, I get deemed manly, all this. But at the end of the day, God knows the hearts. God knows my heart. And let me tell you, I am so grateful to God for everything God has done for me through the people that believed in me. And this is why I love dark-skinned people so much, because the fight is for dark-skinned people, the oppressed dark-skinned people throughout the world. All dark-skinned people are not good. I'm not saying that. But I know that the most oppressed people on the face of the earth is the dark-skinned man and woman. And I'm going to keep on fighting until the day God called me home to end darkism, to end racism. I'm not going to stop, and I'm going to keep reverencing dark-skinned people. I had some people, I ain't going to say their names, want to be like, well, why you da-da, why you saying? Because you need to understand that dark skin is the epitome of blackness. It ain't to disrespect nobody else. The human race came out of the dark-skinned person. It's about paying homage and respect to where you came from. And if you can't pay homage and respect to where you came from, what is the fucking point? What is the point of it all? What is the point of it all? So I'm in awe of super black, pitch black, dark skinned people. I love them. I love looking at them. I respect them. And that's just what it is. And I also want to send a special shout out to PDGAF. Thank you. I appreciate you. As well as Kumi Love in the building. Thank you. I appreciate you. And yeah, y'all. But that's all I wanted to say tonight. I had to get that out. And I appreciate y'all. And I want to say once again, thank you for the donations. To those of you that want to donate, please, you can still go to you can always go to my Cash App. You can always go to uh, my PayPal. You can always go to my GoFundMe. And I'm not going to stop till I reach my ultimate goal of $1 million. I'm not going to stop because I'm going to tell y'all what I'm going to do. When I get to $1 million, let me tell you what I got planned to do. Because over the years, the vision has gotten bigger. People laugh at me. They talk shit about me. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to keep on fucking going. Because I have gotten a lot done. I've been able to produce my plays. People don't see my play. Oh, I say, I don't come on your line on social media saying I'm raising money for this and don't get the shit done. I produced my plays multiple times. I've written my books. I've done my dark skin activist tour. I've done it and I'm still continuing to do it. But the vision has gotten bigger. Let me tell y'all, when I get to that $1 million, I'm going to purchase a small studio. A studio. I'm going to purchase a building, property, where it's going to be the Dark Skin Activist Studios. And that's where I'm going to operate, do all of my operations from my YouTube videos to my live streaming to my pay-per-view for my shows. I'm going to have a professional studio. And I don't know if it's going to be based in, it doesn't really matter where it's going to be based, because what I'm going to do when I do my shows, my actual productions, A Dark Skin Woman's Revenge, which is my One Woman Play, or if I do my other show that I wrote called Burnt Black Crispy Biscuit, I will be able to do a pay-per-view live stream and broadcast it to anywhere in the world. Y'all can watch it from the comfort of your home. But I need a home base. This is what I have realized over the years, because what I normally will do is when I get ready to produce, this is why I'm always raising funds and stuff. When I get ready to produce my show on the Dark Skin Activist Tour, it's either A Dark Skin Woman's Revenge or the Burnt Black Crispy Biscuit. What I normally do is I have to rent a venue and travel from city to city. And that's phenomenal. Don't get it twisted. Let me tell you something. I've had a great time meeting my supporters over the years, from supporters in Harlem to Brooklyn to Arizona to Texas, the Carolinas to Florida to DC, But what I realized is I got to get a home base. So when I get to that $1 million or close to it, I'm going to purchase a studio. I'm going to set it up for filming, get the professional film equipment, hire Black professionals. I remember back when I did my play at the DC Black Theater Festival, shout out to the DC Black Theater Festival. I took that money and put it right back in the Black community. How did I do that? By, of course, putting the money into, paying for the DC Black, helping to pay for my slot at the DC Black Theater Festival. That going back into Black hands. I had a Black camera person, a young man that just graduated from audio-visual film school. So, the money gets turned around. At one point, I had a Black director, and I don't just have people come in and do stuff for me for free. I create a budget and I pay them because I am Black Economic Development Manifest. So this is what I'm going to do. And people could laugh and people could say whatever the hell they want. But y'all, I am going to get this done. But I got to get out of here. I love y'all. Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist.